Ladies and gentlemen, there is one particular kind of question that I need to ask you. Did IAM-MARWA celebrate Mogesi accident? That's question number one, and it's the sole question that our deliberation today is going to dwell on. That is the main topic. We are going to juxtapose that one with the life that IAM-MARWA yesterday did. To me, that life itself was so inspirational. And the guest who came in to speak, Muso, that lady who was partially blind, really took up the day because there was relevance of story that we could chip into that. So in the alignment of that lady's story, IAM-MARWA spoke certain things that some quarters perceived that IAM-MARWA was celebrating Mogesi accident. That is what we are going to find out at the progression stages of this video, whether it's celebrated or not. Because in this channel, it's a commentary, it's a review, it's a reaction, just to check facts and to demystify myths and false statements that are being peddled by other quarters. That is what I've destined to myself. Going forward, a lot of things happened because majority of people also couldn't really imagine what particular kind of quarter saying that IAM-MARWA was celebrating these things. Others also were saying he celebrated. But that's what we're going to dissect and demystify the facts while we uphold the facts and demystify that kind of myth and the myths surrounding all that kind of Mogesi accidents going forward. So guys, if you want to get more information at the progression stage of this video, we are going to unravel facts surrounding that kind of story, the Mogesi accident, and what really might have transpired, and why particular kind of persons and some quarters were saying IAM-MARWA was celebrating. If you believe or not. So if you want to see it, please stay tuned, stick it here. If you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click up the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. Subscribe, and to my lost subscriber, may God bless you. Without you, this channel wouldn't be at this far. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, there is a lot of story and there's a lot of turns and twists. The reasons why my headline is that turns and twists of one particular kind of Amqarol, because Amqarol is bringing other issues and mystery. I don't know whether she really understood what IAM-MARWA said, or maybe she was cut and she was meant to twist every other people's word. And the turn of events, that how it's coming out, it's that Amqarol is just destined to just be negative in her life going forward. So this is what we want to know, because Amqarol is claiming a very horrible claims that IAM-MARWA celebrated Mogesi accident. Whether IAM-MARWA did or not, this is what we want to mirror and discuss, because we want to go and fact check. First of all, let's dive in and dissect what Amqarol say, because this is the truth and this is the fact what Amqarol said. Then I will juxtapose it to what IAM-MARWA said before we dissect it keenly. So let's watch the video below.
Guys, this is the biggest can I say a threat or celebration? Yeah, celebration. Yeah, when someone has gone through something, and instead of going around to say, I'm sorry this happened to you, and then you say, malipo ni hapa hapa duniani, it's a celebration by itself. It is a celebration by itself. And that is why my title came up like that. Marwa, he is celebrating the Mogesi's accident. That's how people will say. People with no hearts, people with dark hearts, let me say that. Very, very dark hearts. People with very wicked, evil hearts, they're the ones who usually use that phrase. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani.
Guys, you've just listened to Amqarol, and Amqarol categorically is saying that IAM-MARWA is celebrating Mogesi accident. So listening to Amqarol is specifically saying that because IAM-MARWA said malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. It simply means that somebody can say the karma is a bitch. It's like the price of all your ills shall be paid unto this earth in real time. And Amara said such kind of things because there is a lot of misconception outside there. Because when Amara even started saying about everything, Amara even said some people got accidents in the village. And these are the people who at a long time have been at the forefront of even calling him Kenge. Kenge is an abuse of like making a mockery of Amara blind eye. That is what Amara was talking about. In the alignment of that lady who was also partially blind and could do wonders. So the story itself resurrected that story, and Amara had to put everything in perspective and that kind of route. Because in every event and every happening, we get to learn. Because what was it? Mogesi got an accident, but mark you, the person who helped Mogesi and Mayani is the person who has been receiving heavy strokes, is the person who has been receiving negative ridicule and negative publicity from the duo. Mayugno got them when nobody could see them. Mayugno was there for the first person, picked them and drove them to the nearest hospital, basically saved their life. Let's say they were there unconsciously, nobody could approach. These people would have bled to death. The hemorrhage itself could have been so much, they couldn't have helped. That's why you see, they did up a video to congratulate Mayugno. And we thank Mayugno for that. That one itself gives a relevance kind of story that sometimes don't be on the negative side too much, because one time you don't know who will help you. It tells you sometimes, do not abuse the hand that really fed you. It tells you that in this world, you don't know who is your neighbor. Your neighbor is the person who offers you help. And therefore, remember the kind of hatred and the kind of negative stories the guys have published against Mayugno going forward. So these are the relevance of story part one that Amara was saying. And that one itself doesn't warrant a celebration. When the Amara was celebrating, going to celebrating, because with me, what I understood is the relevance of that kind of a story, the relevance of that kind of an accident for Amara to pass a message. Amara said such kind of situation itself, he could not go and wish it to his ardent enemies. That alone erases the part that Amqarol was saying and insinuating that Amara was celebrating Mogesi accident. It's only the sick people who could celebrate. I never saw when Amara was celebrating. Amara was juxtaposing all the situation for a relevant story for you to get the teaching and for you to get that. Hey, always do good, because you don't know at one point where you'll receive help or where your help will come from. It might come from the person whom you've been trolling on this social media for the longest. And that's what the story itself. Perhaps let's listen to Amara's video so that we can explain it further. Because through the listening to this video, this is where the facts are. And this is where we'll get to understand whether IAM-MARWA celebrated or not. Perhaps let's dive in deeply.
And I've seen a comment here, somebody says, no, you just want to create emotion of that. No, people call me Kenge. That simply means someone who can't see in one eye or is able to see. And it's a form of a bird, actually. Just go and Google about that. But me, I leave you to God. God will deal with you, you know. God will deal with you through your kids, through yourself. God knows how he will deal with you. Me, I'm not God, you know. That's all I will say. Yeah, I saw actually another guy, my village mate. He got a very bad accident, very bad, very bad. Even I swear before God, I will not wish that to my worst enemy. But again, I looked back and said, you know, this guy got a very serious accident, and something funny that happened was Mayugno, okay? Mayugno, who this same guy was abusing, who this same guy was falsely claiming that he's gonna go to jail, he's gonna take him to jail falsely. Like, this guy's got an accident, a very serious accident. He lost some of his teeth, actually. He nearly died. Like, I saw his video describing it. He said he lost conscious, okay? And when he woke up, he found himself in hospital where someone who he has been abusing, okay, he's been abusing, someone that he's been abusing is the one who collected them in the street and took them to hospital. Can you imagine on the road, which millions or thousands of people pass? You get an accident and someone that you've been abusing, the same guy you've been abusing, is the one who comes to your rescue and takes you to hospital. And then 2-3 days later, you come back to say, thank you, my brother, the guy you've been abusing, for actually saving my life. That for me is a very strong message from God, very strong. And it's simply saying, change your ways, otherwise I will not spare you. That's what God is saying. And that is not even the first accident. And the same person, for example, he was abusing me that I don't have one eye. Now, should people wake up today and abuse him that he doesn't have teeth? Because also people have a name for that. No. What does that actually mean in this world? We are here by the grace of God. Even you, when you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm so beautiful, I'm so this, just know it's by the grace of God. You could wake up tomorrow, you don't have all your dental formula. Gone, destroyed. Eh? So I'm saying that in alignment to actually Blindly Fabulous, the lady who has been here, that says one of her eyes she doesn't actually see, and the other eye she only sees 5%. And me, you know, one of my eye I don't see, and sometimes people make joke about that. But me, one thing I can promise you, and this is not to push on negative energy and stuff, is I use this platform to teach people to be honest. Just be an honest man. Don't use shortcuts. If you use shortcuts, I swear before God, one day it will come back on you. I swear. Because in Swahili we say, malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. It says, the price will be paid right here.
That is IAM-MARWA's message, because IAM-MARWA message itself for just delivering the relevancy of the events or fateful events that really happened to Mogesi. It's giving the message that sometimes we live by the grace of God. And remember, the person who you've been in the forefront of abusing is the one collecting you from the road and takes you to the hospital when you are so unconscious. It tells you that sometimes your neighbor is the person who do good to you, who normally does good to you. Not the people that will cheer you when you're doing bad. And when the bad happens to you, they don't show up. It's the person who you've been abusing is the one to come and collect you and take you to the hospital. The person who came to your rescue is Mayogano. This is the message number one that IAM-MARWA was delivering. So if Amqarol never understood, I will make you this to distilled into your skull so that you really understand them. The number two situation itself, IAM-MARWA was comparing and contrasting that these are the people who have even abused him. That IAM-MARWA doesn't have, that IAM-MARWA is having one eye. And that's basically the meaning of Kenge itself. And IAM-MARWA saying that the mockery itself, he took it positively because actually he's having one eye. But the people don't know the pain behind it, how it happened. You just branch and start calling someone Kenge. You don't know the pain that you're reminding IAM-MARWA, because IAM-MARWA is a grown up now. He put up with that kind of situation itself. He said, no problem. Now, the funny thing that really happened to Mogesi is like, the Mogesi has lost teeth. This is now when IAM-MARWA is now comparing, and it's now the message that IAM-MARWA is delivering. Before you turn up and start calling people name because of their disability, you're still living in this world. You don't know what next might happen to you. You might travel in a fraction of a second, an accident, and both of your limb is gone. You become so disabled. That's why in Swahili, we say, usitukane wakunga, uzazi ungalipo. Don't abuse the disabled, because you are still living with your generation. You don't know what might happen to you, what might happen to your next generation, the children that you'll give birth into this world. This is why Marwa was telling you, take caution and be cautious of always abusing other people with their disability going forward. That one does not warrant celebration, because IAM-MARWA said he cannot wish the enemy, of which the Mogesi is the IAM-MARWA's enemy, for calling IAM-MARWA's name, that kind of accident. But it has just happened. And Amqarol has opened the facade and lifted it back and telling people, this is the guy who has been calling me that I'm a blind man, including giving me a name Kenge to simply means a person with a one eye or a one-eyed person. He has got no bad heart, but it took up that kind of information to give the information in the alignment of the lady whom appeared in Amqarol's life, being partially blind, and started sharing the story. That is the backdrop and the podium where Amqarol stood to give relevancy messages to people and to the followers that watch out your tongue. Be careful of what you wish for others and of yourself, because sometimes it might come true. And this is what happened. That one does not mean celebration. When Amqarol said, malipo ni hapa duniani, which means the price of your heinous act shall be paid in real time in this earth, on this Christendom, doesn't mean a celebration. It tells you and cautions you. For your heinous action, the ultimate price shall be paid instantly in this earth, not elsewhere. Where you do them, it's where the karma will hit you. That one is not a celebration. That is passing a message. If passing a message in itself is a celebration to Amqarol, therefore, that is how you twist word. That's how you always twist and turn people's exudation along this YouTube street, which sometimes I oppose vehemently, which sometimes I'm against vehemently. Remember, I told you this channel is for fact check, for review, and I will bring you the facts against the false information that the lazy gang sometimes might have portrayed Amqarol to be. And this is what they hate whenever we compare and we contrast, because they don't want us to exist in this YouTube street. And remember, in that live, Amqarol said he's not against reaction. Amqarol said that the only thing that he's against, he is against defaming. He is against unconstructive kind of criticism. Reaction, everybody react. It is a feeling, and there is a way you can vent it out. It should be devoid of abuse, devoid of negative feelings, devoid of detrimental of somebody's reputation or character assassination going forward. That is the information that Amqarol had to put across. So for the people who used to react, and most of the positive reactors, of all the messages that you've been getting on your comment section that you don't react, please react. Please avoid abusing people, even the negative gang. Don't abuse them. Just fact check them. Don't involve yourself in assassinating character. Please just fact check them. Let's correct them in a manner that is not so demeaning, a manner that even themselves they will see, I've shamed myself. Let's just shame the devil devoid of name calling. That is what the travel commando Amqarol is pleading. That's what I heard Amqarol is saying along this YouTube street. Perhaps let me hear your thought at the comment section and leave it respectively. Until next time, this is your boy, Senior Zach.